violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Blame Your Brother, episode 299. 299. One until the final episode is broadcast forever. So tonight we'll be playing some voicemails from people. We got a few videos from some friends and fans. We got to talk about some things in the news, of course, as always. And we'll talk a little bit about the history of the show, John and mine's history. And then next week, close it all out with Lee. Lee has confirmed that he will be here. And we'll go out with a bang, but you know it's gonna be a fun time. So we'll listen to some old memories. Me and John can talk about some stories. Maybe I don't know if we ever. I don't know what we've shared, what we haven't, but we will get to it. One more until the end.
Uno más.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, well, you know you're watching on YouTube or you're not. If you want to watch next week, youtube.com/blameyourbrother. Of course, there's two of us that come to you every week. I'm one half of this duo. I am David, a.k.a. D. Brew, Glenn Jackson, Spiritual Midget, Mr. 40%, Mr. Wonderful, and this gentleman sitting over to my left, it is John.
Hey everybody, John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. Mr. Groupon, Mr. PTI, the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
All right, so we have not recorded in 2 weeks. We had a little Thanksgiving celebration to occur, so it's weird, man. Like, I was coming over here and I was like, it feels like I was just here last week. Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute, you know, it's been more than that. I know. Reason I know is we have a ring light we have set up over here, and I did not have I left the cord over here, and so I was like, oh yeah, it has been 2 weeks since I did it. So anyway, how was your Thanksgiving? Did you stay in town?
I stayed in town.
Okay.
The wife and the kids went to Georgia, but I still made a turkey and had some local family over.
Oh, okay. Okay, so so they went to Atlanta. You stayed here. You had family come over.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. That was good. So, you know, you'd like to spend it with your family, obviously, but so the job's going okay still?
Job's going good. Yeah.
That's good to hear. I have not asked John any of these questions before now, but so my Thanksgiving, same, stayed here. Thursday, the day of, we spent it with my wife's family. They came over. Corey, who was on last week. Thank you, Corey, for coming on last week. We usually say that, but that was fun. That was a fun show. We had a lot of people enjoyed our Mount Rushmore, whatever the heck it was. Flight of the Navigator. Sales went up that week by a few. But no, thanks, Corey, for coming out. But yeah, he was over. And then Sunday, yes, I had my brother, Lee, who will be on next week, and my sister and all of our family. So it was nice, man. It was just nice to spend time with people, to get a few days off work for me, to relax and just really take in inventory.
It's an interesting trade-off because here's the option when it comes to Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You either go someplace or people come to your house.
Yeah.
And both have their pros and cons. So, I mean,
that's true. Well,
I just hate traveling. So, just
really?
Yeah, just come over to my place.
Yeah, you just got, man.
That's the way I feel.
I mean, yeah, I cooked a lot this year that I normally don't do. So when Casey's family come over, her dad does the turkey and everything, and then me and my wife had to kind of do the turkey, and it was all right. So I like cooking, but like turkey, I don't like cooking anything for that long. You know, I mean, to be fair, we did not cook the turkey for like 8 hours, whatever. We bought actually a turkey that was already pre-cooked, but just had to cook it for like 2 hours or whatever. But the idea of just checking
2 hours.
Yeah, it's right. It's pre-cooked turkey.
I know, but like my turkey took less than 2 hours, and it was from.
Really?
Yeah.
From scratch?
Well, I mean, I brine it, but that's not cooking it.
No, man. Like usually the turkey usually takes hours. I think it was an hour and a half, 2 hours, man.
What temperature did you have it on?
I think it was either maybe 400 or 350 or something. I mean,
dude, that's normal time.
I just followed the standard. Dude, I see people working on those things for 8 hours, dude.
I mean, if they're slow roasting at like 200 degrees, maybe.
Yeah, that's how you do it, bro.
No, I mean, I use a turkey bag.
I don't even know what that. You're saying words, brother. There's a bag. You put a turkey, brother. You got to slow cook everything in life. If I could just slow cook everything,
my turkey was delicious.
Well, I mean, of course you think that. You live it, but other people may love the slow cook. Anything in the crock pot, automatic better than anything that's cooked. Automatic. I mean, name it, brother. Name it. Name it. Name something
I
that.
mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, slow cookers are
There you go.
created for a reason.
And some people cook. I don't know. I've never cooked a turkey.
But I mean, there's so many different ways to cook a turkey.
People
that
would be going
if
at
there was a
it.
signified way to do it the best way, then everybody would just do it that way.
Nah, I mean that's
But there's
not.
so many
not
different
necessarily
ways.
True.
I mean, you got your deep fried. You got your just oven
How long to
roasted.
cook turkey? We're just gonna Google real quick. 8-pound turkey, 3 hours, brother. 12 pounds, 3.5 hours. Ours was 15 pounds, bro. 3.5 hours. It's right here. It's
Mine
the
was
first.
14. It took like 2 hours.
Brother, you could have killed everyone with your actions. He
Dude.
undercooked this turkey.
It's got a built-in thermometer.
What was
tells
it
you
at?
when
What
it's
was it
done.
at? What was the
It's
thermometer
the
at?
pop-up thermometer. I don't know.
Oh, you could have killed your
Once-
family, brother.
Once it
You-
pops up, it's you know it's over 165.
$2.99. The truth comes out. John, I did read some on Reddit. They said people were storing their turkeys in their kitchen for like 8 hours the night before to thaw it out, and they're like, "Bro, you can't do that. You could literally kill everyone." How did you put yours in the fridge? Right, thaw it out.
I
You're not putting it out. over-
defrost it. I defrost it for
Yeah.
2 days in the fridge,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I brine it overnight
in where out?
in cold water.
Okay, cold water might work. I don't know, man. I'm not a turkey. That's what I'm saying. Turkey's all. Look, here's my thing. Turkey, it's all right. I mean, it's all right. I mean, there's a reason.
There's
There's a reason we only have it once a year, John.
the
truthfully.
only kind I haven't done is I haven't smoked a turkey,
You wait.
but I've deep fried one.
You deep fried it in what? You have a deep fryer
Yeah.
like outside?
No,
One of those-
I have an electric one, but it's
Oh.
it's huge.
Because people have been setting fires with those.
That's because they're putting the turkey in when it's still frozen. They're idiots.
I mean, humankind is idiotic.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing.
If you defrost your turkey, that's all you really have to do. But you could do other things with it before you deep fry it. Some people
Okay.
coat it in mustard. Believe it or not.
All right, Chad says 4.5 hours at 350 for the stuffed turkey I made. That's from your wife in the chat. From your wife, okay? Firestorm said
It
watched.
takes longer if you stuff it.
He watched the new Black Panther, and Glenda Sawyer says I usually use a turkey bag. Normally cook for about 2 hours.
Boom.
I mean, two wrong people don't make something right, brother. I mean, like, I hate to tell you, but I don't know. I'm just telling you, I don't know anything about turkey. So, anyways, well, good. I mean, look, turkey's all right. I particularly dressing is my stuff, man. That is my thing. I love dressing. I need to eat it more throughout the year. Turkey, if I don't eat it again till Thanksgiving, that's okay. I guess. Now, hold on. Now, turkey, like sandwich turkey meat, I feel is different than the turkey we're cooking. Turkey, like at a sandwich shop all day. That's my go-to. Turkey over ham, but the cooked bird, I'd rather. I mean, name something, bro. I mean, I'd rather.
What do you do with your leftovers?
I mean, we didn't have many left over. We had a lot of
Oh.
people eating, bro. I mean, no,
See, I just finished my white meat today.
brother,
With sandwiches
you
and
can't
stuff.
do that. It's been over a week. What do you?
Dude, it keeps for a
Do
while.
you want me to Google? You can't.
You got it right there, man. I ain't
How
stopping you.
long do leftovers, good things? I don't know. What am I? I'm literally just.
I learned English well.
You must eat turkey within 3 to 4 days, brother.
Hey, it's still delicious.
John,
to
you are
me.
literally out here murdering
Just me at this point.
3 to 4 days, dude. Come on, John.
Just finished the white meat
Oh
today.
my God! Look, I'd tell you to comment, but the
Hey.
social media game is dead. But anyway, all right. Well, you survived somehow another year.
I think when you brinded it lasts longer. 'cause
Oh
it
my God,
infuses-
John, this is like your theory of the hair loss, man. These are not factual things. These are things you just say. They're not true. I love it. If we brine it, it's good. Look, you can probably eat leftovers for probably a week and a half. Truthfully, this is some food FDA saying, hey man, because it'd be on the hook if they're telling people, eat this stuff 2 weeks past its date. Are you the only person I know that eats it way after 4 days? No, I mean, but anyway. That's some Thanksgiving botulism from, we got a week. Even that Pewitt is saying, what are you doing? What are you doing out here, John? I mean, come on. The man said you're going to kill everyone. Hey, John, he's a wild
It's
man.
just me, though. Nobody else has seen it.
He's a wild man. We already said it. So, okay. Yeah, we had some bot in chat. That rarely happens. All right. Let's get anything else going on with you? Or is that, did you see Black Panther?
I did.
Oh, okay. I have not, but give me a quick review. Should I sell me on it or don't sell me on it?
I like the first one better.
Of course.
I still enjoyed it, but there were certain there are character arcs that were hard to swallow.
Like the turkey you ate that was a
No,
week
that
past
was
due. That was hard to
easy.
swallow. So I mean, where does it rank in the pantheon of Marvel films? Okay, no, that's not fair. Where does it rank in the pantheon of sequels?
Sequels?
Because let's look at the sequels. You got Captain America.
Middle of the. I mean, Captain America's sequel.
Right.
Is best.
Okay. Let's look at Ant-Man 2. Is it better than Ant-Man 2? That should be the ultimate test right there. Is it better than Ant-Man 2?
I guess it's.
Or is it about the same? You can say same. I mean,
it's about the same. I mean, this one is. It's obviously meant to be way more serious than Ant-Man 2 was.
Right.
I mean, Ant-Man 2 is. I mean, it's a lot of jokes.
Okay. I mean, Thor 2 is terrible. So I would say that's probably the worst sequel.
I would agree with you.
The best sequel is Captain America: Civil War, and then I would say mid of the roads, probably Ant-Man or Spider-Man 2 is. No, Spider-Man 2 is probably at the top, right?
Spider-Man 2 is better.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say it was.
How's the bad guy? Let's just get to how is Namor? Good or bad?
He was all right.
Mid. This movie is mid, John. It is mid. Just call it what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so.
it's
Did you go see it at the theater?
Yeah.
Did you feel you wasted your money?
No.
Okay, so it's visually because the movie that's coming out that's testing my limits on all movies is Avatar 2. I want to go see this at the movies. It looks the movie looks dumb. Okay, like it's not some great
story
movie.
wise.
The visuals
yes.
out of this world, bro. I went and saw it. I went and saw a 3D movie. They played the trailer. I thought I had died and gone to another plane of dimension. I couldn't believe this was real. I was like, bro, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I know everyone's like, what are you talking about? And I'm telling you, man, that's a movie we're seeing. I would say Black Panther is too. I've seen some of the shots. It looks like it's got water. It's a good comparison because it's kind of almost like Avatar 2, which is kind of weird timing, don't you think? Avatar 2's coming out, and they're just like, well, hey, let's make a movie about dudes and water. Anyway.
I mean, and Avatar 2 is a very heavy water theme.
Yes. So 1 to 10. Let's just do that. 1 to 10. Black Panther 2.
I call it like a 6.
Is it called Black Panther 2?
It's called, I think it's called Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
And
I don't think it really has the number 2 in it.
Okay.
But
So without spoiling it, though, do you approve or disapprove of the new Black Panther? Wow, that's a loaded question because I don't even know who it is. Did you know who it was going to be before?
yeah, I mean, I didn't know, but I knew.
Okay. And approve? Is that the best option on the table?
That we had available, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely see it as soon as it's available to stream. I'm trying to think if I've seen anything. I really have not seen anything at the movie theater in a while. So, I mean, I've seen other movies, but I saw. So Corey talked about Barbarian last week. I saw that on HBO. It was good. It's if you like horror films, it's good.
What if you don't like horror films?
I don't know that if you don't like them at all, like if you're opposed to them.
I mean, you're not gonna like anything, but I mean, like if it's just not your cup of tea,
look,
let's put it that way.
I don't like horror films.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Does it flow within your like the like Get Out and
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird because it hits certain levels. It starts off as like a kind of a psychological thriller, and along the way it becomes kind of more horror themed. But I liked it. I
think there's been a kind of new vein with these very big stars headlining and masterminding these shows. I mean, we mentioned Jordan Peele, but even John Krasinski and Quiet Place.
Yeah, okay.
That's a kind of a new vein.
Yes.
And
so it's similar to that in some regards.
Okay.
You should try. I mean, it's gory. You're not going to watch this with your family, that's for sure. And there's some crazy, like Corey said, there are some crazy scenes in it. But I don't think I can be out crazy anymore. I think I've seen such crazy things, John. When the crazy things happen, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, but I'm not like, oh, I'm like, yeah, you don't see that every day.
No.
So I don't know. Check it out. You know, it's on if you have HBO Max. Okay. All right. Well, we had a notable death this week. Christine McVie. Fleetwood Mac passed away.
Fame.
79 years old. Yeah,
It's hard. It's so hard putting that number on people when, I mean, we know they're significantly older than us because they
right.
had music out before we were born.
True.
But still, it just doesn't seem like that's how old they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's 70. Like it's old, but you're like it's not that old, because there's other people, her peers, that are still alive and still playing.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Charlie Watts just died. He was in his 80, 81, so he was.
I mean, Led Zeppelin's on tour right now. Obviously, Jason Bonham's playing for his dad, but I mean,
yeah, I don't like that. I don't, man. I mean, look, there's some bands that once they're dead, they're dead. I don't like Queen performing. Okay, I think that's stupid. I think it's sacrilegious. I mean, I do.
I mean, I agree with you, but I think at least they kept it in the family.
I mean, I guess there is that, but I don't know. Led Zeppelin is.
I mean, and plus, I mean, I don't think Adam. I don't think he sounds anything like Freddie Mercury.
No.
If there was somebody that was just at least in his vein,
yeah,
I could somewhat get it.
They're just trying to get decent singers. I mean, I don't have anything against any of those singers that were in Queen, but that's not Queen. I'm sorry.
Oh, I definitely
it's
agree.
just not
with
Queen.
you.
It's stupid. So anyway. So some of her best songs, if you don't, okay, let me tell you about Fleetwood Mac. I used to listen to Fleetwood Mac growing up religiously. Like I listened to them a lot.
A lot of people have, like, when it comes to female, you just the main spotlight is shown on Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah,
for the most part, when you think a female singer and Fleetwood Mac, that's who you think of. But I mean, no credit to Christine because.
Oh yeah, some people like her. So the band Lemuria that I love, they have a song lyric that says, "I'm not a Stevie, I'm a Christine McVie." It's called Second Hand, so it's about kind of being second at everything. Let me use. So I grew up listening to Fleetwood Mac. Now, when I listened to them, I watched VH1 a lot. My parents really wouldn't let me watch MTV. I mean, I did, but I thought Fleetwood Mac was corny as hell. Like, John, the difference I think between me and you is I'm very self-aware when I know I shouldn't like a band. Like I know, like I like Tootie and the Blowfish. I knew that was not cool, right? I knew it wasn't cool, but I liked them anyway. I did not care. I don't think you.
I mean, I feel that way about Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay, well, so maybe you do have some self-awareness.
I just don't. At some point, I just don't care.
Okay, well, I mean, I've cared throughout the years. I mean, if I get around hipsters, I'm not going to say, I love that Hootie and the Blowfish. I'm just not going to say it, man. I'm just not going to say it. I love them. Now I'm older. You're right. I probably don't care now. I'd probably say it just to shock them. I thought Fleetwood Mac was like a corny band like that growing up because, I mean, I don't know, man. I wasn't around anyone that talked about Fleetwood Mac.
Well, also, I mean, when you're a teenager and younger, the first thing you think of when you hear Mac is McDonald's, and it's just...
What are you talking about? I'm just saying these guys weren't cool. They weren't like Guns N' Roses or anything.
I know, but I mean, it just seems like anything like that just kind of seems corny. It seems like...
I would just say the sound was like it seemed like adult-oriented rock to me. I still think it is. But then I found out everyone loves this band. They all love Rumors. Everyone has Rumors in their top 10 list of all. I was like, what?
I mean, it's a great album.
Oh, it's perfect. It's a perfect album.
Yeah.
All right, so some of her great hits. Say You Love Me. Great. I don't care. Let's go to You Make Loving Fun. Fantastic. Can we, we're on our last, who cares? Let's play the songs if YouTube boots us. Oh, they will boot us. No, stop. Okay. You heard that? That's the song.
That's the song.
Don't Stop, obviously, an all-timer.
Yeah.
I mean, Don't Stop. Songbird, and then, I don't know. She had a great voice, Little Lies is one of my favorite songs. Everywhere. Oh, God, yeah, that's great. So, like I say, once again, I'm going to say this. I mean, am I, like, crying that she passed away? I mean, no, because... she has these great songs that will live on forever. That's more than most of us will ever have in this world. It's not like they were in their prime performing. I mean, it sucks that she died for her family, and for music, just the legacy of music, but we'll always have those songs, which are incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue.
And the thing is it's not like she was living in the studio right now.
No.
It's not like she was still producing. It's not
no,
like
yes.
that one last hit was still on the cutting room floor.
Exactly.
No. I mean, she made a contribution, and for the most part, she's probably done making contributions.
Yeah, I mean, once you get to I would say once you get to 79 years old, that you're not out there busting out new singles, right? I mean, that's just the way it goes.
I mean, and, again, like if she was still writing, it still might be a difference. But
Right. Name any artist that's put out anything. I mean, maybe Bob Dylan still puts things out. I mean, not that anybody's listening to it, but he still puts stuff out. That's rarity. I mean, these dudes aren't putting out albums. Like even, I guess Paul McCartney's still putting stuff out. It's rare. It's
Elvis
rare.
Costello.
Yeah, I guess it's true. Okay, well, I guess there's a few. Yeah, but we can all say it's not their best stuff.
Yeah.
We're not listening to the new Paul McCartney album going, this is the greatest
But I
thing
mean,
he's ever.
the thing is, she hasn't put out anything
Yes,
recently.
well,
so.
she won't. I mean, she's dead.
No, I mean before then.
Yes, that I'm aware of. I don't know. Maybe she has. But I would say, whatever you think, I think she had a better voice than Stevie Nicks. I think Stevie Nicks had more star power, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think her voice is better.
There was an old joke on, I think it was Bob and Tom, but it's a get your Stevie Nicks sound alike singing kit, and it's basically a vibrator and duct tape. And so
Explain the joke because people.
it's pretty much a
Or
vibrator and
vibrato,
duct
yes.
tape. Yes.
We used to go karaoke, and I would go with you occasionally, and there was some woman that used to be that always did Stevie Nicks. You knew this woman or
Yeah.
something. I went, what a life. What a life this woman's living. This woman's entire week is built on, I'm going to get out to the karaoke bar and sound and look.
She did look a lot like
Sound and look just like Stevie Nicks. I'm like, what a life. I mean, I'm jealous of these people, honestly. I mean, I know I said something like, I talked about when Josh Bacon come on. I'm jealous of people who can just wear like cowboy hats or just like, I'm wearing a cowboy. I'm like, dude, that's amazing. The woman that spends her whole week going, it's Stevie Nicks night, karaoke bar. I'm jealous. I mean, what a life she's living. So.
And to say that you identify with this person, to be a fan of this person,
it's crazy, right?
yeah.
And I just
Especially after trying to throw your hat in to be a bid for a presidential election.
I just don't know where he's at right now. He's hanging out with no white nationalists, brother. He's hanging out with known Nazis, brother. This is a black man who has made some of the best hip-hop music in the world, who identified with the black struggle, the black culture for years. This man now goes on the Alex Jones show and says, I love Hitler and I'm a Nazi and I hate the Jews. They're evil. Screw them. What is wrong with this man? You can't, dude. We used to say, who's got the worst fall in the history, right? We would look at modern history, not like ever, because I'm sure we pick crazy people. We used to say Rudy Giuliani was like our measuring stick. I mean, look at this guy. This guy was the mayor of New York, loved, poll numbers off the wazoo, right? I mean, I guess you could say Harvey Weinstein, but I don't know that he was really known. He was known to movie lovers, but
Yeah.
Rudy Giuliani, everyone knew this dude. Now he's a joke. I mean, he's a punchline. I don't know. I think Kanye West maybe passed him right now. I mean, he has been, dude, he got dropped by every company. He's lost, there's no telling what he's lost in revenue. I don't know that Rudy Giuliani was ever a billionaire. Kanye West can't be worth hardly anything at this point. I don't know what the hell's going on. Someone help this man. If anyone out there just happens to listen to this and knows him, get this man help. This is Get Out. This is Get Out. Are they filming Get Out 2? Could this be Get Out 2? Could this be the movie? Because nothing else makes sense, dude. John, known white nationalists on both of his sides. Wherever he goes, he's hanging out with the white nationalist.
I mean, maybe he's watching that Clayton Bigsby skit and just kind of
just took it to heart.
didn't watch it all the way through.
It's crazy. I watched it several times. I couldn't even believe I was hearing it. And he's wearing a black face mask the whole time he's doing it. I mean, he had a song called Black Skinhead. I guess he's taking that to the extreme, bro. He's like, I mean, anyways, look, that's terrible. All right, let's wash our palate out. We ask our people. We ask the people to call in with voicemails. Now, I will give you a list of some people that called in. Katie Quackenbush. Do you believe it? I'm not joking. I know people are going to think this is a joke. I swear to God, Katie Quackenbush left a voicemail. I will play it in a little bit. We had J. Rob, who used to listen to the show. We got Ender Bowen, Bethany Anderson, who used to be a guest on another show I was part of years ago. Shane Morris. Somebody called in as Melania Trump. Maybe it's Melania. Hey, I told you, call in whoever you want. But let's start off with our videos. And let's start off with the biggest video we got. Our friend, Leland Statham, the GOAT, in my opinion, now of Nashville. Of all the guests we've had, the top, left us a voicemail. No, left us a video. Sorry. Oh, yeah. So let's play that. Here we go. Here's Leland Statham right here. Lighten it up.
Hello, my friends at the Blame.
It's not playing. Of course. No, it is playing. I can't get the audio. Let's see. Okay.
Hello, my friends at the Blame Your Brother podcast. You are the talk of the town as your podcast is wrapping up.
See him up there.
I was disappointed to hear that, but I know, as they say, all good things must come to an end. So I wish you all nothing but the very best. I was honored to be a guest, so I thank you all so much for that. But as you go your separate ways, or just to brand new endeavors and challenges,
I've got. Okay, so you saw the video. I've got the actual audio. So let's go ahead and play Leland Statham. If you want here's the thing. If you want the video, go on social media. It's all up there. But here's his message to us. Oh, I know why it's not.
Podcast. You are the talk of the town as your podcast is wrapping up. I was disappointed to hear that, but I know, as they say, all good things must come to an end. So I wish you all.
John, I'm a dope. I had the freaking mute on. So here we go. Of course, $2.99. Anything else wouldn't work. Hit this Leland Statham on video. Go.
Hello, my friends at the Blame Your Brother podcast. You are the talk of the town as your podcast is wrapping up. I was disappointed to hear that, but I know, as they say, all good things must come to an end. So I wish you all nothing but the very best. I was honored to be a guest, so I thank you all so much for that. But as you go your separate ways, or just to brand new endeavors and challenges, I wish you the very best. And again, thank you for having me as one of your many guests as you wrap things up with episode 300. Congratulations.
That is the dude.
That's the guy,
I'm
man.
Blown away, dude. That's Leland Statham. Crazy, bro. I mean, that is the nicest thing anyone's ever done for the show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like,
he's pretty awesome.
I know we've had some great people do great things. I'm not going to lie. No, I would say, so from ranking just the greatest things ever done, River, that used to listen to the show, when he bought all of our T-shirts, that was the nicest thing anyone's ever done. We made a batch of T-shirts. It was going to cost us like $350. He's like, here's the cash. Make them all.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. So I don't know if he ever listens to this, but okay. All right, so Leland Statham called in, and then we also had our friend Tim Todd left us a video message, which I love. So this is Tim Todd, Emo Boxhead.
What's up, guys? I thought I'd give a moment and thank you guys for letting me be a guest on the show. You guys have always been huge supporters of my projects, and there was a moment when John's wife grabbed my arm and looked me square in the eye and said, "Don't you ever give up on your dream. It may not happen overnight, but as long as you put in the time and the hard work, it'll happen." So there are times when it's hard and I do feel like giving up, but I always have that in the back of my mind, and it always keeps me going. So anyway, I know you guys are moving on to greater and bigger things, and I can't wait to see what you guys are made of.
All right, so there we go. That was nice, man. Tim Todd said your wife gave him some inspirational message, man. How about that? That's pretty dope. Yeah, so the great thing is like having your friends on that are doing like exciting projects, and it's like really cool to have them in here, kind of get to spread their message to people. And maybe it's only gets spread to 100 people or maybe 200 people or whatever. You know, with Leland Statham, I'll put the number out there. That's the most downloaded episode of all time. John, you don't know what the number is probably offhand. How many downloads do you think that episode got? Anything you guess, you may want to guess a little bit higher. It's crazy number. Like, I look at it and I'm like, it's not even, no episode even got close to it almost. So
I mean,
it's not 100,000 or anything like that.
I mean, I was gonna guess like 1,000, but
10,000 downloads or streams. Crazy. Okay, they're saying in the chat, Leland Statham, Bob Mueller for president. Adam Hewitt, I would vote for that in a minute. Okay. All right, let's get to some voice messages then. First up, let's get to, you want to save the Katie Quackenbush or go right at it?
Let's just fire them all out.
Katie Quackenbush. Now, if you don't know who this is, I swear I've been in touch with her. We're like internet buddies, I guess. This is her leaving us a voice message. Here you go, Katie Quackenbush. If you don't know who she is, she made national news. She was a woman who was in Nashville, shot a homeless guy who was threatening him. Mugshot went viral, and if you just Google Katie Quackenbush, you'll find out who it is. Anyway, I mean, some of our episodes come up. Here we go.
Hey, it's Katie Quackenbush, and I just wanted to say goodbye, and I wish you guys the best in all your future endeavors. I wanted to play a song for you guys. It's one of my favorites.
Any guesses what that song might be? You would know the song. I would not. It's from a movie, and it's a song that sang goodbye. I had to Google where the movie was. I've never seen this movie. It's a musical. I'll play it. You tell me if you know what song it's from.
Here you guys go.
Oh. The Sound of Music. Yeah.
I edited it, but she said something at the end. Wait for it.
Fuck bitches, get money.
There you go. All right, so that was the Katie Quackenbush, which I would have loved to get an interview on the show. It never happened, unfortunately, but at least she left us a voicemail. I thought that was super cool of her. What a world, John. What a world I live in. All right, another one of our favorite guests on the program was Shane Morris. Shane is one of the smartest people you'll be around. Just a smart guy, engineer, grew to fame in the MySpace era, was managing Fallout Boy to who was the rapper everybody got trampled at their show. He was dating one of the Kardashians. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Machine Gun Kelly?
No, he's a black dude. Anyway, was that actually her? Adam, on my life, any listener listening, I swear to God that was actually Katie Quackenbush. On my life, I promise. All right, so this is Shane Morris, one of our favorite guests, wishing us farewell. And of course, there's going to be innuendos. Here we go. You know this already.
Hey, blame your brother. My goodness, you guys are ending at episode 300. It's Shane Morris, guys. I really wanted to thank you for having me on your podcast as many times as you did. Not many people get to episode 300 of anything, let alone a podcast. So I wanted to thank you guys once again for delivering for Nashville, being funny, being poignant, talking about big ideas. And it's like what I tell my wife. Right? You don't have to last a long time to have a good time. And at least one of us is going to enjoy it. Blame your brother. It's been real. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you, Shane Morris. I love when people say, we appreciate what you, because he's not the only one. We appreciate what you've done for Nashville. It's really like crazy to think about. And I mean, it is crazy. We've been doing this for like 6 years, right? And we were one of, in my opinion, obviously in my opinion, it's some people, but I think I've looked for other Nashville podcasts, and I don't see a lot that have had that span. Like, I know we're not the most popular one. I know there's one with celebrities and stuff, but we've always kind of kept it real for Nashville, Mm-hmm. So, anyways, thank you, Shane, for that. All right, let's go to now. J-Rob was on the show 3 times.
I think so.
Because he was on.
We did a couple of tests with the one chip challenge.
Yeah, he was on the 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
He came in. So, okay, this is one of our favorite listeners, J-Rob.
Hey, guys, this is Josh, J-Rob, just calling in to, congratulate you and say farewell. You made it 300 episodes. I remember us sitting around episode like 70, and y'all were excited about even hitting 100. So
that's true.
You guys have done a heck of a job, and I root for you, and I can't wait to see what's next for all 3 of you. And hope you guys enjoyed the last couple episodes of the show. Yeah.
There you go. It was nice, J-Rob. I've always.
Assuming this is Blaine
Oh
Brother,
shoot, this is
yeah,
we're moving. J-Rob, always a super cool guy, man. I mean, was one of our. I miss honestly, bro. I miss like a lot of our original people, man. I mean, we had a strong community for a while, like super strong, and then over time, I get it. You get burnt out on stuff and things happen, but
it's hard to follow anything
for 6 years.
For 6 years,
yeah, it's like a lot. Okay, this is one of John's people we brought to the show. The guy's name is Doug. We'll hear what he has to say. Here we go, Doug. Dougie, you're on the line. Doug.
I'm assuming this is Blame Your Brother, because it didn't exactly say who it was, but I just wanted to leave a voicemail to say goodbye. I heard about this podcast from, John, when I was working as a security guard, and I can't say I've watched it all the time, like every episode. But every time I watch it, it's always really...
Shame on you, Doug. Would you admit that on a voicemail?
Probably not.
Okay, Doug, come on, man.
And I like hearing y'all talk and, me sitting in my little chair, laughing along with y'all, putting in my own 2 cents in the chat. It's always just a very fun experience. It's sad to see y'all go, unfortunately, but, Killer's concert was sick. I got to meet David.
Oh, the Killers, yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to say bye and all that. So.
There you go. Yeah. I think it's tough for people they don't know what to say. It's somebody yeah, man, nice talking to you. Okay. This is my friend of mine, Bethany Anderson.
I just love you guys, and
what a voice, right? Great. She's on the news.
Really appreciate you bringing me on the air back in 2014
Long time ago.
Have a voice in Nashville, because I was so new and so nervous and very much the underdog in many ways. And you guys gave me a little bit of a following and a lot of support. And
look at that.
You're legendary to me. You'll always be legendary. And I can't wait to see what you do next. And definitely take this time to celebrate, because you have earned it.
There you go. I love everyone. I love that too, because I think we have. Look, I mean, we're patting ourselves on the back a little bit, but I think we have brought people on here and pushed people their way. I think we brought.
I think we got their last mayor of Nashville elected.
I think that's fair to say. I mean, he was on. He got. I think the way we talked to people.
Coincidence? I think not.
I honestly though, it wasn't like you weren't going to the local morning zoo crew. Like, hey, everybody, welcome. We've got a Doug up on the line here, buddy. It was just like a natural conversation that highlighted their personality traits. Anyway, I don't know. All right, here's Ender Bowen with this will come as a shock, but it is the longest voicemail. Big shocker. Here we go. Minute and a half.
Hey, this is Ender Bowen. Big fan of the show. I cannot believe that it's the end of this run, 300 episodes. I feel like you guys have been doing this for a long, long time.
We do too.
And all I can say is I'm so glad I got to be a part of it. I got to take part in milestone episodes. I got to be a guest in other ways. And, I'm really going to miss it. It was a lot of fun, and just a really cool experience being on that show with you guys. I wish you all the best. I know that it's one of those when one door closes, another one opens kinds of things. So I'm actually really, really looking forward to what happens next. I know you got a little bit of a break coming up, which you've earned, but I'm sure that whatever follows Blame Your Brother is going to be pretty awesome. Hopefully it's not, Blame Ender. Anyway, really good job, and sorry to see the show go. But, thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
All right. Well, it was going to be called Blame Ender. So I guess we'll back to the
drawing board.
All right. I think we got them all. So we had, I'm going to end it with Melania Trump. We had Bethany, Doug, Todd, Ender, J-Rob, Katie, Leland State. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is Melania Trump. Big fan of the show. Who knew?
This is Melania Trump coming live to you from the Waffle House. And I just want to say that I am very devastated that Blame Your Brother is now going off the air, because it's my favorite thing to listen into my closet when my husband is talking to all his stupid friends and like FBI agents. And I love you guys very much.
There you go. Who knew? I knew. I've known Melania was a Trump. I was a fan of ours for a while. So, all right. So there you go. All right. That was all. We had a few people send us some messages. I guess I could kind of read some of those, but while I'm doing that real quick, I don't know where they're at. So we just had. Remember Shauna, who I worked with, was on, and her message was, and it's coming up real slowly. Shout out to the only podcast I've ever been on. Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. Thank you for allowing me and my wife to experience the pod with you guys. You've done an awesome and amazing job. Blame Your Brother will be missed. And then we had a friend, April Nicole was on. She wasn't on the show, but she was a big fan of ours on Instagram. We'll listen to the show. Dear Blame Your Brother, thank you. This is kind of a good one. Thank you for the laughs, the fun, and all the other moments that helped Nashville get through their day. Do you hear this, brother? Should be on a T-shirt. Thank you for bringing up random things about stuff we wanted to know or had no idea about. You helped form history. This is crazy. By bringing information about our culture and our city in a way that felt like it was with friends. You will forever be in my heart and my wardrobe. Nice, she's got the shirt. I wish you the best in the future and look forward to a reunion down the road. That's some heavy stuff right there, man.
That's nice.
I love bringing information about our culture and our city in a way that felt like it was with friends. I do like that because when Cooper came on, he said that. He said being here is like being with your friends, just hanging out, talking to your friends. And I thought that was like high praise coming from him. Mandy sent us a message, and she said, Mandy of Little Geek said, so sorry for not being able to get a voice message in time. I want to say I love the show, and I'll miss it. Always entertaining, and you've been one of my favorite podcast hosts that I've ever known. All the best. And Glenda sent me one. I don't know where it was, on Instagram maybe. Well, Glenda's in the chat, so she basically said, you guys are the best. Well, I'll read it. I don't want to butcher her words. Y'all have made me laugh and brought new friends in my life. That's pretty cool, too. Love getting to know you, Lee, John, and your family. Y'all are the best and will be missed. Good luck on whatever you do in the future. So sweet. I think the community nails it there, I think we kind of brought people together. We made new friends. People were friends with each other, like we weren't even aware of, talking to each other, hanging out. So that's cool. So when you look back, John, and I know we've asked before, but now this is the end. What guest really, when you look back at the experience, let's look back at the experience, and then we'll start with the guest. What guest really stood out at the top of the list?
I think Raquel Red would be up there.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Just as far as the dichotomy, when you looked at us 6 years ago,
yeah, to have
and had a list of all the guests that we had, like a picture of each of them.
Yeah,
you're like, one of these doesn't belong. I mean, that'd probably be the one I would guess.
Yeah, I mean,
she took the stage and she was great.
Yeah.
She brought a lot of energy and a lot of fun.
Well, does her own show now. So if you just go look on YouTube, weekly show. I think it's airing right now, same as ours. But Raquel Red, just look it up, and yeah. So obviously, that was a very cool moment. I mean, I never really interviewed a drag queen before. So it was something new to me, and it was during a period where I hadn't slept in like 24 hours. So it felt surreal. I mean,
Yeah.
But then Raquel Red came back on and we had a really good time. And that is a very memorable moment for me. Yeah, that is a good one. I don't know, man. I'm like, there's just so many.
There's so many great guests. Bob Mueller was amazing.
He was.
A storyteller to the core.
Oh, yeah, he was.
I could just sit and listen to him talk for days.
I mean, it's like we have Bob Mueller in our basement. It's crazy to say.
That sounds something bad.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we had the mayor.
We had him in our basement.
We should have said, welcome to the basement, should be the name of the podcast, and no one would shut up. Really, when I look back, the one I'm probably most thankful we had on, and, people can listen and go, really, really? But, I mean, having Jen Star Cynic on was, like, to me, top of the mountain. She's an artist that came on, and now, like, her songs are some of my favorite songs of all time.
I still listen to Cold.
Oh, I do too.
It's such a phenomenal song.
I mean, and then she does Girl.
I can't stop listening to it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life, And before that, I didn't really know her that well. I just knew her through other people in the scene. I didn't even really know her. So that was cool. And then she does Girls Right Nashville. I've been able to kind of help with that and donate. And we helped. The Blame Your Brother was actually on the inside the pamphlet they handed out from the last event. So, but I mean, they've all been great. I mean, we never had a guest where they added nothing to the show. We never had a guest where they took away anything from the show. Yeah. I mean, and even like the last year we had some great guests. But when the show started, because I've always been like, you've been doing this now. I guess you never think about it. You've been you can tell people I've podcasted for 6 years. Did you take anything away from any of this? Honestly, it's a kind of a loaded question.
I mean, in all honesty, the whole 6 years was about me hanging out with my friends.
That's true. I
Because I mean, now since we started doing it from my house, I have to set things up and I break it down. But for the most part, that's about it when it comes to the responsibility aspect of it.
Right.
You handle all the technical stuff. I mean, if anyone asked me how to do something, I'm like, I don't know, ask Dave.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'd be forced to say. But
I mean, did you come to enjoy it, or were you just like, was there any moment where you're like, I'm kind of enjoying this, or was it always literally just like, this is just social thing, you know?
There are times where I'm really glad we did it, and there are times where I was like, I'd have rather been at the coffee house with just us talking about who our dream casting would be for X movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so it really, it depends on week to week. There are times where we're like, hey, let's take a break because my wife's sick or this, that, and the other. And I was like, good.
I hear you.
And then there's some times where it's just like, oh, man, I had a lot to say. I hope I remember to hold it off for next week.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, like I say, at least you could tell people, hey, I was at a podcast for 6 years. We were named one of the best podcasts in Nashville by the Nashville scene. And, you know, I've always, and I don't know, I've always wanted to say this, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I was really upset at Nashville scene. I mean, I still kind of carry a bit of a grudge to them that I just felt, I don't know, man. I don't want them to kiss our ass, but when I look at a podcast that's had the mayor on, Bob Mueller, Leland Statham, Mary Mays, Haley Wilgus, Becky Warren, Jen Star-Cynic, Raquel Red. I mean, this is a podcast to me. It's like, bro, come on. Can we get a little bit of recognition ever? Never, dude. Never. It's crazy, John.
Here's what I equate to the Nashville scene, their best of Nashville. It is a wider span version of a battle of the bands where the bands have to sell their own tickets.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's all it is. It's for people to kind of...
Well, no, okay.
It's shining a light on themselves, not on any of these podcasts or restaurants or anything. It's not about them. It's just about Nashville scene.
I'm just talking about the publication, because they have never reached... I sent them stuff about our episode 200, which was doing charity work for an event. Like, I mean... Just the fact that a podcast in Nashville done in 24-hour stream, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I actually, when we did it the first time, I never heard of a podcast doing it. Now, I'm not to say it's never been done before when we did it, but I've never heard of this. I mean, it was a crazy idea Lee kind of mentioned. I went, yeah, it sounds kind of cool, you know, and just to never be mentioned by them because we're obviously not cool enough or we're not this or that, it's always bothered me.
It's not that we weren't cool enough for women. It's because we weren't generating stuff for them.
Okay.
If we're putting a spotlight on them, they'll put us at the top of the mountain.
That's hilarious.
That's how I honestly feel about the Nashville scene. Not to harp on every single person that writes for them or whatever, because with every regime there is a few good people behind the scenes.
I'm sure there's a lot of decent people there. I do enjoy.
But for the most part, this is just like, hey, what can we do to get more attention?
Well, that bums me out that's probably true. Because here's the thing. When our band Chump Change that we were originally in, now we were nobodies, bro. Like you could not have thrown, we could have walked through the entire city. You put a point, no one would have recognized us ever.
No.
They gave us a shout out for our final show. Which I was like, what? I almost thought it was. I thought it was like.
It was a really good writing, actually.
I was like, is this a joke? Like, did they got us confused with another band? Nothing. And look, I know they're probably not aware, and I get it, but that's always kind of bothered me. But I'm trying to be positive. I just want to get that out there. But other than that, I got to say that Jason Scoop Nashville, the interest he had in us. That he stuck with us, that he was always cool with us. I will ride or die with Scoop Nashville forever. Mm-hmm. Whatever people think about him, is he pushy? Is he a little bit over the line? Sure. But I ride or die with Scoop till the end, bro. And he is, I'll say this, he's had his heart surgery and went good, so it's good news, you know. But that's someone who took an interest in us when he was really nothing. Like, I mean, He's always been, but he was smaller. He was like East Nashville News or something. And I think we read one of his stories, and he stuck with us, man. It's crazy to think about. Now Scoop Nashville, dude, people I work with know. Everyone knows what Scoop Nashville is. It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
I tried to, I said, yeah, I know that guy. You're like, what? So I just want to give a shout out
That
to
guy
him.
spent money on the podcast.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So, so the people say they love Dear John. Maybe we'll have one last one next week when Lee comes on.
We had a lot of little scenarios. We had Blame Your Selfie. We had our keys.
God, that's right. That's my favorite key ever. Now, if you didn't know, a major key was like a life lesson we took from the show. So of everything we talked about, what was because major keys was this thing DJ Khaled did. It was like, these are the keys to living a good life. So we would have a major key. My favorite one, you know what it is. Put him in a fat suit. That's the best one. That's the best one.
My favorite was never go full hot dog.
Never go full hot dog's a good one. Put him on the naughty step was a good one. Let me explain. Put him in a fat suit real quick. Now let's
Dear John.
Let's pull the curtain back. They were all fake. I mean, well, not all of them.
Not all of them.
95% of them were fake. Okay, if you're listening, oh my God, the Dear Johns. If you lived in a world where you thought people were sending those in every week, God bless you. I hope Santa Claus is nice to you this year because you still believe in him. Because he's real. He is real, but he stopped visiting us because we're naughty boys. But anyway, I'm like, oh boy. Let me say, what was I going to say? Oh, so this woman, her kid was bullying other kids at their school in this letter that Lee did all these, by the way.
Yeah.
And the kid was bullying fat people or something.
Yeah.
And so John would give them advice. It was called Dear John, if you never listened before. And John said, I got the best solution. And me and Lee are like, listen, we're like, all right, man, what's this going to be? He's talked to the kid and he goes, you got to dress that kid in a fat suit and send him to school. We lost it, man. I was like, what is happening right now? Never go full hot dog. I know Todd Borchers dressed up as a hot dog for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
And he did his
face paint,
which was like
to match the hot dog,
which
color.
was brown.
Yeah.
And well, once you take that off, you can kind of see it's not good. It's like blackface, but it's brown face. So yeah, never go full hot dog. I do miss those.
I think he got pulled over by a black cop.
Yikes!
And so
that's bad. I don't know. It was a lot of work. Honestly, and once Lee left, I was like, bro, I can't make fake Dear Johns every week. It was just too much work. But people did love them for a long time. I mean, I would have people go, is John for real? And I went, I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I think so. I mean, I know it's a little bit like a wink and a nudge, but I think some of it's actually like, I think he's really giving advice to these people, like legit. Like when you did the fat suit, I mean, you were being sincere, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why it works so.
I think embarrassment is a very good tool.
You would dress your child up in a fat suit and send them to school if they were bullying other fat people. You would do this.
Okay, let me set up the scenario. Say Jake or Nick. You got a call from a parent.
Okay.
Saying that their son or daughter, who's overweight, is coming home in tears.
Yeah. No, I get you, John. I get the scenario. There's not a scenario where I would go, honey, let's go on Amazon, buy a fat suit. I guess a sumo suit is what you're referring to. I don't know what a fat suit is. It's like you're talking like a sumo suit, right?
I don't know if I'd go that big, but anything.
They sell fat suits on the internet? Like
I'm sure they do.
For kids?
I don't know.
This is getting weirder. Anyways, no, I would never think that. I mean, I think I get what you're saying. In theory, I do understand what you're saying. I don't know that's the best way to teach lessons.
Well, the thing is, if you sat down and talked to them, which I think they did, in the Jerry Long, that they talked to them and it didn't end.
You got to send them to military academy or something. I mean,
that's money. It's a lot of money.
Anyway, you're just outside the thinking, John. People always liked your outside the box thinking. So there we go. All right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else is to say. Next week we got Lee coming on. I mean, we have not sat down with Lee on a microphone for
2 years.
2 years.
A little over 2 years.
How do you think it's going to go?
I mean,
honestly,
think mostly it'll be a reminiscing. So I mean,
I want to be as real as possible with this episode because we never actually discussed what happened. So I don't know if he's watching this and he's opposed to it. I would say tell me, but I want to be kind of realistic about it. But I don't want to pull back the curtain too far. But
yeah,
I think it's gonna be something else. It's just a good way to go out. Festlove says, honestly, 300 episodes is epic. Don't think I've done 300 of something ever, and I've been married 20 plus years. Wait, is there a drum? Oh God,
no.
They got.
Oh, that's the one you want to use. Oh God, what's going on? I've never done 300 of anything, and I've been married for 20 years. The rim shot got deleted.
Yeah.
No, but we appreciate all you guys showing up, and
I don't think that's gonna stop.
Oh, is it? I mean, it probably makes the show better. All right, so so we've given your favorite guest, you've given some moments you take away. Is there anything you've ever wanted to say? Like I said to the Nashville scene, do you deal in statements like that? Is there anyone that got under your skin just in Nashville or the news or anything that you just, I mean, it could be Trump. I mean, but mine was more local than yours was.
Yeah.
Has any guest ever, dude, you know what's crazy? I know we're going to keep going for a little bit and people are like, I'm out, but that guest, we had a guest booked. This dude never showed, never called, never texted, never emailed. I think about that dude from time to time.
The firefighter dude.
Yeah, he almost died. He almost died. And he was like, he was in a coma. He wrote an article about it. It was crazy. He was running for a political office. I said, come on the show. We can talk about your near-death experience. Dude just ghosted. Like, I emailed this guy. I texted him. Nothing, John. I've never heard from this guy since. I mean, that's kind of bizarre, bro. I wonder what happened to the guy. I mean, he was running for office, dude. I mean, it's not like this guy was some dude in the basement. This guy exists. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, nothing. Nothing you need to get off your chest after 299. Is there anything you wish we could have done? Is there any segment you were like, man, that would have been funny or that would have been good or?
Just things that involved the fans. We made light of renting a party bus and things like that.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have moments where we could have really, as a group, been able to see some of these people's skin and bones.
That's true. Yeah.
That we have become an extended family with.
Yeah. I mean,
through the power of the internet.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think of it like that. Like some of these people really have opened up and talked to me over the years about things, and it's. I mean, like I know people like Katie Quackenbush. I mean, I have literally never talked to her on the phone, never met her in person, but I have communicated with her a lot. Like she's communicated with me a lot, I would say, and just told me some just things about her life that are crazy. And I'm like, what is my life? But a lot of listeners have reached out and said, hey, can I kind of talk to you about what's going on? I'm like, sure. So it's been cool like that because, we sit here and we talk and blah, 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 but it was good to kind of get that. Michael Anthony Nicholas, super fan of the show, probably the super fan. When he was in, he was dialed in.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to tell you one more thing before we go. He said he was going to send a video. He never did. So I don't know if it got lost. He didn't record it. It went to spam.
Maybe he sent it to Leezy.
Maybe. I looked for it, bro. I couldn't find it. So, Michael, if you send it in, I will play it next week for sure. Pizza Dad lives. Is that the biggest mystery of the show ever? He reached back out.
We talking about Rivers?
No, Pizza Dad. The gay dad.
Oh.
Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah.
He was a hardcore fan, right?
And then he just dropped off.
One day he said, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. And I was always like, why? He goes, I just can't get behind this show anymore. No reason why. I was posting some of the old pictures we had, and I was tagging people. He's like, yo, I'll leave you a message. And he never did. I would have loved to talk to him. I was like, what happened, bro?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think things are happening in people's lives, and they're just, I got to disconnect from everything. So I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, all right, well, you got anything else to say? I mean,
Thanks for the memories. I mean, I don't.
Well, we got one more to go, so we can definitely tell everybody goodbye. But yeah, so 300s next week. We would love for you guys to hang out with us. I do want to read something that Festlove said before we leave. In my lifetime, this podcast, Blame Your Brother, was one of the fun things about Thursday nights. Another was a show that is the host is in jail for drugging and raping people. So there's that. I was like, what show are you talking about? He goes, oh, The Cosby Show. So he's only left two things in his life on Thursday. Blame Your Brother and The Cosby Show. I don't think you can wrap up the show any better than that.
I just hope you don't get those two things confused.
I hope not. So, yeah, so 300 next week. Lee will be with us. So this is a send-off. You know, thank you guys for sending in the voice messages. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being part of the community, part of the show. You know, everyone talked about, I hope your future endeavors. We don't even know what they are.
No.
You know, I mean, I don't even know. I'm ready to just take a break for a while for sure. I mean, but, if this, I'm sure everyone's going to listen to episode 300. But if somehow you only listen to this one, we will definitely stay in touch with us. We'll let you know what's going on. But anyway, before you do that, you can go check out all the past episodes at bybpod.com. They're always going to be up on YouTube. I don't know how long they'll be up on the podcast host after 300. I'm not sure. Maybe a month or so. But always available on YouTube. So if you want to go check those out, go do it. bybpod.com. It'll be up for a little while. Rest in peace, Christine McVie. I guess with all that being said, John, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Next week, Lee's back, baby!